Welcome to the part number 2 of Acbsp Student Learning Assessment. We were discussing about the different levels of a particular Bloom's taxonomy. We discussed up to applications. Now we are going to discuss about the analysis. Now analysis means when you are breaking the complex concept into a components or a better understanding the whole. So when there is a bigger argument and you are breaking into small components which is understandable by all, so that is called analysis. And you can ask the question by using these verbs like distinguish, deduce, discriminate, choose or contrast. So in an analysis you are going to categorize the problem, identify in case based on severity and urgency. So that is what the analysis is all about. For example, let's say there are 5 students and then you put a condition that these students should sit next to this student and these students will be at the last between these students. So this is a question which is actually applying the knowledge of analysis. Synthesis means ability to put parts together from a new plan or an idea. So when you are writing an essay, for example, when you are writing an essay, you are taking some of the ideas from the sociology, from the geography, from the you can say psychology, or maybe from anthropology, or you can say from the mythology, to prove your point, to build up your concept. So that is called synthesis. Evaluation or a creation. As I discussed, when you are appraising something or evaluate something or judge something, then what is going to happen? You are appraising something or you are evaluating something. It means, let's say, when monetary policy of India, when you are writing a monetary policy of India and you are mentioning the plus side of the monetary policy and minus side of the monetary policy and what we need to done in the present monetary policy of the India, then actually you are creating a new policy. So that is our last and a very in-depth level of the question. So let's say now we are going to put PLO and CLO by using Bloom's taxonomy. And let's say there is a communication skill. That is what we want to achieve. Now, so there are 5 levels of communication skill. So we can say C1, this is C2, this is C3, this is C4, this is C5 and C6. For example, when you are asking the question like define marketing. So this is C1 kind of question, because you are going to write what is marketing and level is just 1. So the in-depth level or depth of the question is 1. But when I am saying write your understanding on the definition of the marketing, then it is C2, because you are writing the definition and you are expressing the entire concept in your own words. Then number 3, when I am writing what is marketing defined with an example, so this is called application. Analysis, for example, if I am asking a question in the present scenario of India, how the marketing is going to helpful in rural areas. So you are analyzing the rural areas and where you are going to put the marketing concept into those areas. Number 6, synthesis. Here if I am asking a question, do you think that marketing is necessary in a country like India? So here you are going to prove the point by taking some of the example from geography of India, psychology or population composition of India. So many things that you are putting together and write a synthesis. And the last one is a creation. Now in creation, if I say the marketing in India, how does it differ from the marketing in USA? And what adjustment we should make to make it marketing more successful in India? If this kind of question is going to come, then it is a creation kind of things. So in communication itself, there are 5 different depth, that is C1, C2, that is understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, and creation. So you can ask these 6 varieties of questions and try to achieve the communication skill. Now, there is one important argument and very common argument, that whenever you are writing a question, you can see this question is actually achieving 3 different purposes. For example, it will help to achieve the communication skill, it will help to achieve the analytical skill, and maybe it is helping you in building up the ethical skill. Now, which skill you are going to target? That is a very important question that somebody may argue it out. So, remember, it is depend upon the teacher. If a teacher want to assess only CS, then this is not relevant in these particular questions. They will look at the grammar, they will look at the sentence structure, they will look at the theory of the subject and how you are building an argument, because your objective is to assess communication skill. Therefore, even though there are some other varieties of skills which is possible in this particular question, you are going to assess the question from the communication skill point of view. So are you clear in this? Next, so this way we are going to develop this kind of matrices. What I did, I put the Bloom's taxonomy on one hand and I am going to write this is the level 1, this is the level 2 of the Bloom's taxonomy, level 3 of the Bloom's taxonomy, 4 of the Bloom's taxonomy, 5 of the Bloom's taxonomy, and 6 of the Bloom's taxonomy. And this is the program learning outcome, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is a double table technique. So 5 into 6, so there are 30 combinations. So whenever you are developing a question, then you have to analyze the question and asking the question whether my question is going to solve the problem solving skill or an analytical skill or an IT skill or an ethical skill or a communication skill. If it is a communication skill, whether it is at level 3 or level 6, or if it is a problematic skill, it is 2 or 5 or 6, whatever the number it may be. Now, at the end of the year, what you need to do, you need to cover up all the skills, all the PLO, all the skills, and you are going to cover up the questions which is starting from 1 to 6. Maybe at the CS level, you have most of the question is falling under the communication skill 3 and 6, but you have to develop all levels, means somewhere you have to achieve CS3, somewhere you have to achieve PS2, somewhere you have to achieve AS4, somewhere you have to achieve IT5, somewhere you have to achieve ethical skill 5. So up to 6 you have to achieve, and here up to 5 you have to achieve. So this is what, that is the ideal representation of the achieving the learning outcomes. So when it is only remembering, we know it is 1. When it is understanding, it is 2. When it is application, it is 3. When it is analysis, it is 4. When it is synthesis, it is 5. When it is evaluation, it is 6. And this CS is communication skill, then analytical skill, problem solving skill, IT skill and ethical skill. Now, what are the different types of questions that you are going to ask? You are going to ask short answer question, numerical question, multiple choice question, essay type question. Now in multiple choice question, you have 4 choices or 5 choices, or you have true and false, or you have you can say matching question. So these are the different varieties of objective type of question. Remember one thing that you need to understand: whenever you are asking a question, then you have to ask objective type question more, because in objective type of question, whether I am checking or somebody else is checking, the assessment will not change. But if it is more subjective type of question, then what you need to do? You have to make a rubrics. You have to make a rubrics of the question. For example, if you are writing, explain the importance of marketing in India. So here you are writing the rubrics. Here you are putting one parameter, second parameter and third parameter. Here you are writing 3 marks, 2 marks and 1 marks. And you will decide well in advance if this is the point and how he is going to write that point. So you are writing in here for the 2 marks and for the 1 marks. Same is for the second point, and that is for the third point. So here you are making a rubrics. So rubrics is made only when you are asking a subjective question. If there is no rubrics, then you have to develop a rubrics and then you are going to assess the questions. In MCQ, it is an inbuilt. If A is correct, then you give full marks. If B, C and D is incorrect, then he will get 0 marks. Numerical questions, it will help you out in analytical skill, and it is also help you out in problem solving skill. Essay type of questions are mostly about the synthesis. So what is the structure of the rubrics? If the response is excellent, then you have to write. If the response is excellent, then you are going to get A3. If moderate, A2. If weak, A1. So this is the second parameter, B3, B2, B1. This is the third parameter, C, C3, C2 and C1. Like there is D, so D3, D2 and D1. Like that. You are going to make a rubrics into this matter. If there is a communication skill, then you have to put some marks for the grammar, spelling, then articulation of the argument. All these points also carry an important role. But if it is a problem solving skill or an analytical skill or an IT skill or an ethical skill, then this kind of thing doesn't play any role. Here you have to look at the logic building, how to analyze the argument, how he is going to make a table or a graph, how he has evaluated the questions. All these points are very, very important for the rubrics making. Then we are going to convert the rubrics into the grades. If it is 95 to 100, means A3, B3, in all 3 criteria, he is scoring 3, 3, 3. So he is score 9. If it is 3, 3, 2 or 2, 3, 3, then his score is 8. Then any combination of 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and if there is nothing is sensible, then it is a junk answer. So this is how we are going to convert into grade if there is a grading system in your institute. So here I have tried to build you some of the idea about the Acbsp standard number 4. Now whenever you are developing the standard number 4, keeping this idea in mind, it will definitely help you to justify why this much mark is given to this subject and this question is going to achieve which skill and how this skill is going to combine with which kind of PLO and CLO. Last but not the least, you have to understand whatever the marks that you are going to give. Let's say if somebody got 37 marks out of 50. Now this 37 marks out of 50 is not the evaluation of teaching. This is not an evaluation of teaching. What you need to do, there is a paragreen test. There is a paragreen test. At the end of the semester, all your students will appear into the paragraph test, and whatever the mark that they are achieving, that mark you can compare with this mark. And if you have implemented properly, there is a high correlation. There is a high positive correlation. If good marks is here, good marks will be here. So this is one way to evaluate. Second way, you are asking the experts from the outside. You are asking the experts, let's from the industry or from business or maybe from expert, and then they are going to take an exam and they will evaluate and they will give the marks. So if they are giving, let's say, 40 marks out of 50 and you are given 37, it means your evaluation and evaluation done by the outsider are same. So it is a good sign. But it should not happen, let's say some student got 45 marks out of 50 and outsider is giving only 15 marks out of 50. Then this is not your good evaluation. You have to think where you are making a mistake. Are you clear? So that is what you need to understand in this Acbsp aspect, how to measure the teaching. That is the standard number 4. So here we are completing the 2 videos of the Acbsp. I hope you will understand. If you have any doubt, any query related to this, you can write an email to me. I am happy to reply you. Thank you very much.